Again, visibility, just like we spoke about. Like the more visibility you have, we ran that poll. Can you confidently say that that there are no active breaches in your environment? Everyone was honest, which is great. There's really no way to be confident that there's no threat actors, right? Everyone's gotten whether it be your personal email or your company email, everyone's gotten the spam message that says, hey, check your rewards points for potentially an airline, potentially a hotel chain that you frequent, or hey, there's an Amazon gift card. All you have to do is fill out the survey and you can get a $100 Amazon gift card. And right, people's eyes open up and they say, yeah, I want a $100 Amazon gift card. And they click on it, nothing happens. And they're like, oh, well, I guess that was fake. And they delete the email and they move on. Well, really what they did was they downloaded a payload. And there's those threat actors that have made footholds, and nothing happens for a week or so. So that that new employee that clicked on that link, they think they're fine, and they didn't report it because they don't want to get fired. They don't want to say within the first couple of days of being hired that, hey, I think I did something bad. The threat actor sits in your environment for a couple of weeks, a month, 90 days, and they wait till your backup expiration, kind of kicks in, and then they launch their attacks. So the ability to see within hopefully an hour or so, minutes, that payload has been launched and that that foothold's been established, and report on it and remediate it, it's amazing. You can move, detect at the source, right? So with certain technologies, you're even able to grind into where the specific endpoint that the threat has started at. Think about if you knew someone had broken into your house, and you knew there was an attacker in your house, but you don't know where they are. You're kind of walking around blind as there's someone robbing us, but we don't know how they're breaking in, right? You're running around to each room, what windows open, how are they getting in, right? They're letting other people in, and the onslaught of attackers just keeps on coming, but you don't have the visibility to see where the threat is starting from. Certain technologies, you're able to grind into the granular level of detail of, this is your source. This device is your cause. You need to take that off the environment, and you'll hear your partner Pace say, listen, we're going to have to reload this machine and start it from scratch, because the clean process is not worth it. You have to start over. But that's good. You're able to do a quick reload of the machine, keep the hardware, and reload the software, and with confidence know that the threat actor is no longer in your environment. You can go ahead to the next one. Yeah, so Process Insights. Process Insights is Huntress's EDR function. We're able to review active processes on the machine. Some of you might heard of the new Microsoft vulnerability. I think Michael, you were speaking about it earlier in this webinar. So Huntress was able to run our Process Insights feature against, we used a test device, a test Windows 10 or 11 device. It launched the Felina attack and with Process Insights running, and to see what Process Insights was going to catch or not catch, and then build out functions within Process Insights to actively catch it if the threat was in. So Process Insights, again, just like it says here, collect, detect, analyze the threat, report an easy feature in an easy readable, plain text kind of report, and then allow for remediation on the partner side, right? It'll allow your partner to either know that, yeah, we need to run this remediation steps, and maybe it's 4 or 5 steps, and sometimes auto remediate, or if the threat is large enough that you need to pull this device off the network and start over. Yeah, so the Huntress Managed Security Platform, many different features. So in the detect and the respond, right, footholds are those things we spoke about where the threat actors get in, they maintain these footholds to come back and encrypt or exfiltrate data. Canaries, ransomware canaries is, we stole the term from long ago when the miners would bring canaries in to see if the gases were going to kill them, and the canaries would go first and they'd know to get out. So canaries are files that are embedded in user directories to know if there's an encryption event starting. If these canaries get encrypted, we know very quickly that there is a threat actor and an encryption event occurring, and we can isolate systems to take them offline and kick those threat actors out. Process Insights is just what we spoke about, where we're able to actively review processes running on machines. Soon to roll out is this Network Insights feature, which will allow Huntress to detect lateral movement within an environment. So if we see a threat actor trying to gain credentials or move laterally, we'll be able to see and report on it. The managed antivirus feature that you see in the front of this is in the protect like slot is leveraging the Windows Defender feature that Microsoft is injecting a ton of energy into to make it best in class. And Huntress gives you a free console to be able to manage and run that, and then allow our 24/7 threat ops team to be able to ingest those alerts and classify, things that are not malicious or not needing remediation, and to then classify known malicious attacks and be able to report on them faster, leveraging our entire 1.5 million endpoints. There's another feature called external recon that you'll hear about or see that allows us to see open ports at a firewall level. So you can early on detect that, hey, there's a problem here. A potential threat actor can get into your threat vector, your landscape is a little more at risk, and to be able to remediate before it's been exploited. Threat operations, right? So my team sits kind of on a partner success team to be able to work with our partners, but the folks really doing the work are our threat ops team. So Huntress staffs a 24/7 threat ops team. Most of them based out of the US. However, we have a team in the UK and a team in Australia that are all Huntress employees that are constantly 24/7 responding to all alerts that come into the Huntress portal. This isn't an outsourced team. This is all Huntress employees. They are 100% security focused. They are best in class, and you can know with confidence that they are that we do some classification, but anything that comes in that's not already been pre-classified as non-malicious comes in, it gets eyes on glass and a human level review of that threat. And if it's responded to on a critical level, then that threat ops team has the ability to use that host isolation feature and kick that threat actor out. And whether it be an individual device, multiple devices, or if we feel the threat actor has enough command and control, then we've been enabled to isolate an entire environment so that we can with confidence say that we've kicked the threat actor out of your environment.
So Jeff, let me just, well, first I'll say to, any PACE clients that are on this webinar here today, we're already using Huntress in your environments, and we have some plans to roll out some of the newer features within Huntress and kind of roll things out on a much larger scale. But just to recap for people, in which area would you consider Huntress, EDR, MDR, XDR, and in that sphere?
Yeah, so Huntress sits in the EDR and MDR space.
Yeah.
It will soon leverage some other features to get into the XDR space, but Huntress sits in the EDR with our Process Insights feature, and the MDR space with our threat ops team reviewing everything.
Yeah, it's a great product. Sorry, continue.
No. All right, so go ahead and feel free to go to the next slide. So persistent footholds, right? So that is what we spoke about earlier, where the threat actor drops malware in your machine. It's not an active attack where you initially see bad stuff on your machine. It's sitting and lurking in the background, collecting data, reporting back, or just planning an attack later on, knowing that, hey, if we do this immediately, they're just going to restore and kick us out, that we need to wait until their backups have kind of gotten expired. So as they restore, we're still here, right? So that's where the persistence comes in. Whether you keep on restoring, you restore back a couple days because you think this just happened. What really happened a couple weeks ago. You go back another week, and until you really just go back as far as you can go back, the persistence still exists. Now, luckily, Huntress is able to see most persistent footholds and be able to clean, where you can restore that earlier backup and then do a cleanup of the footholds and knock them out before they've been around for a long time.